Alright, welcome back to another video at Redhawks Report, and I thought we would do a video um just a little bit of a walkthrough of what happened in the last three games, the first three games of the season in the preseason here. We have one win on a shootout and two losses on regulation time. Um, There are some caveats to this, though. There's no need for panic, honestly. But we'll go through them and what actually happened, and I have some notes as well that I'll bring up on the screen, and then we'll also check out Hockeynews, their power ranking that they posted 2 days ago. So first of all, we won 3-2 after penalty shootout. And two great goals by Payuniemi and Kokanen set us up for success. Nystrom uh, reduced the scoreline to 2-1, and then Forsell equalized, and then nothing really happened in the overtime. And then there were a lot of missed penalties, and then Lucas Wernbloom scored the decider, and Werner kept had a pretty good game. I will say he had a pretty good game. Färjestad was a bit slow out of the gate, as can be noted here, but they recovered, and this is what it's going to look like sometimes in the regular season as well. But it's good to get a 2-0 lead to set us up for the second and third period. And not much else to really say. It was the first game of the season. It was the third for Färjestad, so they should have won. I was really happy that we did win on penalties. We didn't look good in the second and the third period, honestly. Um, the caveat to this, though, is that during the preseason, there's a lot of tough practice sessions that they do while also playing games. So it could just be fatigue, that they were fatigued in the second and third period because of the morning practice that they had. Um, when we faced off against Linköping, though, I gotta say the turning point for me was when Volge Kroy sets up a check, um, open ice hit, but it looks to me, don't crucify me in the comments, it looked to me like a suspected dirty hit. Luckily, Bonakov is fine. He looked looked a lot like he was shaken up on the bench right after, but he's okay. His neck is okay. He played. I don't know if he came back, but he played in the next game. But that was the turning point. Like we had a momentum. The problem that I saw was that we had a lot of momentum, but we didn't capitalize on it. And then when we came out the third period, it took 18 seconds to equalize, and 2.5 minutes into the period, all of a sudden we scored in power play, and then they get two goals, seemingly pretty easy. I would say the defensive play was not great, and then at the very end we so they lead 2-3, and then uh, we take Werner to the bench. Actually, no, this was uh, actually no, this was Mamelind's first game. So my bad. Mamelin did not have a. I wouldn't say that he had a great game. Let's be honest. He had some suspect actions, but yeah, we brought him to the bench, and Quine had a massive one-timer in 6 versus 5, 3-3, just over a minute to go, and then with like 39 seconds to go, um, we get a penalty, and it's offensive zone penalty from our captain, and it was just like my heart sank because it was like I know they're gonna score this, and lo and behold, 20 seconds later they did, and that's this was a lot closer than it looks. Like it, we could have easily won this game if we hadn't messed around too much. So it was pretty close. It was a frustrating game to watch. Um, Kuokkanen, great again. He has scored. Um, there were some mixed up lines. I don't really agree with the mixing of lines. Um, Quine and Van Bloom seem to be working well together. There is a theme where Kuokkanen and Pajuniemi play together. Hendemark and Persson. No, Hendemark and Olofsson. And then Quine and Van Bloom. And Forsberg with Barnikov, I believe. So and then they're mixing the rest. Wahlberg was playing somewhere else the other game. Olofsson was playing the other game. Persson was playing with the Finns in the other game and so forth. Gustav was playing with Hendemark and um, well, who else was it? Andy Olofsson. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the game versus Oskarshamn. Vano did have a bit of a shit second period, as you can see, but honestly, I didn't think that he was at fault. Patrick Karlqvist is excellent in power play. We know that. And then it doesn't say who scored here, but um, we did. Again, the common theme was that we couldn't capitalize on our when we get zone time. When we get the offensive play going, we couldn't capitalize on our momentum. So we should have scored. We should have scored in the first period, and when we don't, all these all these goals going the other way, and then we try to get back, and we do get back to 2-3, and then at the end, empty net. Could have gone the other way, but it's a frustrating loss. Again, a little bit of a mess in your own zone. The caveat to this in this game though was that we had quite a few junior players, so Vanblom was playing in the top line with Kokkanen and Persson. Pajuniemi was resting. Philip Sitar was playing, and another person, Siki, I don't know who that is. Quine was apparently fourth line centerman. Anyway, it was a bit of a mess. So yeah, nothing really to write home about. Honestly, this is not going to be reflecting of the regular season. In fact, I will say, last year, a year ago, we had a stellar preseason. We started the regular season with like 4, 5, 6 straight wins, and then it went straight to shit. So, if anything, it should be, it should be. I don't know how to say it. A loss is never a positive, but I don't see a reason to panic just yet. There are a few trends, like for example, Werner is clearly our starter. Malmelind needs to get some rust off. He has one game in 8 months, so he needs time to get back and to get into actual sharpness. We need him to not have rebounds going straight out to players, and we need our defensemen and the centermen to actually pick up the loose pucks in front of net because Mamelin can't save the rebounds. If they if if the opposition is first on the rebound, he can't save it. Um, we need to adapt our defensive play to that. Um, Another thing is Quine is looking good. He has only had one goal, but he's looking pretty good. The Finns are looking very good. Pajuniemi needs to cool off a little bit. He got himself ejected from the game against Linköping because he got into a fight with someone after the suspected dirty hit on Bonakov. So he got himself ejected from the game. Which puts us in an awkward position because we also need we need his skill. He's one of our leading players. We need his skill. We need his playmaking ability. We don't need him to be in the showers mid game, right? So, but yeah, that's my thought on that. Albert Sjöberg looked really good when he got to play. Adam Olas Mattsson rested the first two games and got his first game against Oskarshamn. He looked really good. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Not really anything else to note, honestly. Uh, but yeah, I did write down some notes for uh, the game versus Oskarshamn. We had a lot of penalties. There were several holding penalties called on Johan Ivarsson, which was really worrying. The power play that we did have was weak. Janne Kokkonen was playing off wing, which was pretty awkward. We need Pajuniemi to be there, or Riostal or Albert Sjöberg. Any one of those can play on the left side. And then we wasted a lot of power plays. Alan Quine. Yeah, so the 1-3 goal was actually Albert Sjöberg. He scores right after a one face-off. So the face-off is won by the centerman, and then Albert Sjöberg just snipes it top shelf. It was really good. Um, yeah, the 2-3 goal was also pretty nice. Hendemark, Kokkonen, and Galvas combine, and Galvas takes a shot on goal with Hendemark in front of the goalie. And so Hendemark was creating traffic in front of the goal, and Galvas takes the shot from the blue line, and it goes in. It was really nice. Kokkonen looks very good. Carries the puck with speed and a lot of no-look passes behind the back, which actually reached his teammates. Now the teammates just need to capitalize on his playmaking skills. Yeah. So this is basically what I was noting down while I was watching the game. But yeah, most of it I've already mentioned. The power play formations were interesting. We had Kokkonen, Bonakov, Karl-Passon, Galvas, and Hendemark, and we had Quine, Paulsen, Joachim Ryan, Rustall, and Wernbloom. Again, this was the game versus Oskarshamn, which had several players missing and a few junior players playing. So nothing to pull too much out of. Honestly, there's no reason for panic just yet, but we still have some work to do in practice. All right, let's look at the Hockeynews ranking, the power ranking. So I'll translate each of this. So Modo is power ranked 14th. David Rundblad had just been announced as a new captain in Modo when he was injured against Skellefteå in the practice game. With because he has a big and important role in the team, it's a notable. It's not a good thing for Modo to be without Rundblad. Modo is waiting. They're keeping themselves cool in the hunt for that last forward, and they have a few top players: Sampuranta, Mikkel Roma, and Theodor Niederbach. Um, they've shown some chemistry there. And then for Malmo, they're saying after a victory versus Färjestad, there's been losses in the preseason versus LHC and Oskarshamn. Malmo has worked on details in their defensive play and has a bit left until they are where they want to be. Malmo, according to reports, work hard, will be a team um, where its destiny hanging on high work ethic and high lowest level, except and also a point giving goalie play from Adam Vauno and Daniel Mamelind. Going through all this, I can just let you know. So Leksand is considered 12th, Linköping is considered 11th, HV71 is considered 10th, Växjö is considered 9th, Örebro is considered 8th in power ranking, Timrå is 7th, Oskarshamn is 6th, Skellefteå 5th, Luleå 4th, Färjestad 3rd, Rögle 2nd, and Frölunda 1st. I don't really see how a 9-1 win versus Visby Roma, which is a club. I don't know if they play in Division 1 or something, but they're like in the third or fourth tier of Swedish hockey. It doesn't really say much. Playing versus Hove again, 5-1 win there, and 3-2 win on penalty shootout versus Djurgården. Doesn't say too much. I wouldn't say that Frölunda should be first power ranking just because of that. But yeah, we'll see. It's their opinion. Luckily, we don't have to agree with their opinion. But supposedly, this is the way it is. But you know what? I think power rankings should wait until we're like 10 games into the season. Then we can start, because then you can actually tell who is up and who is down, right? That, like, right now it's pointless, really, really pointless. But you know, my opinion. Anyway, that is it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday night when we have another watch along for the first game of the tournament in Norway. And I'll see you then. Take care.